What's up guys, Everything Apple Pro here, and we were filming here yesterday. It was like 80 degrees. Now look at this. This is why you need an iPhone 7 with its water resistance in the Pacific Northwest. So yesterday we did a water test on the brand new iPhone 7. Unfortunately, we could not drown it. It just refused to die in the water, beyond what Apple even recommended. So today we're out here at the Columbia again, and I wanted to go ahead and depth test the iPhone 7 and compare it to the Samsung Galaxy S7. See how much depth it actually takes to completely kill this thing in the water. So we're gonna go ahead and sink it in this little contraption at certain increments and go ahead and pull them out, see if they're still working. And I just wanna see really which phone will survive in the water at certain depths longer. And even though they're not meant for this, I still just wanna see what it would take to completely kill an iPhone with the water pressure. How much depth? So the new iPhone 7 has an IP67 water resistance rating. That's a meter underwater for 30 minutes. The Galaxy S7 is a little bit better with IP68. That means you can sink it to 1.5 meters for 30 minutes and have it be just fine. But let's go beyond that and turn our phones into anchors and see at what depth they'll die. And just to show you guys, these are perfectly working phones. This is the iPhone 7 with that 3D touch home button, the new black design. And this is the Galaxy S7 we used since yesterday. Still working just fine. So let's go ahead and put them in here. We've lined it to be soft and that in there. So we're gonna start at 5 feet for about 3 to 5 minutes and see what happens then. Then we're gonna go a little bit deeper if they're still both good. So this water is slightly dirty. It's not your typical clean faucet water that everybody's testing it in. So it's gonna be a little bit more of a real world test here. All right, so let's start with 5 feet first. There they go. Hopefully they don't get tangled or Poseidon doesn't steal them himself, but we're gonna have them sit here for about 3 to 5 minutes and raise them up, see what happens. So it has been 5 minutes. Let's see at 5 feet where they're at. I mean, based on yesterday's tests, I'm not expecting them to die or anything at this point. Seem like they can handle it. And looks like the Galaxy is alive. Actually, both of them look to be doing just fine, but that's just 5 minutes, you know. Drop it in the bottom of a pool, it'll do just fine. So the screens are not freaking out, still responding. Home buttons, everything is still working. So that wasn't enough depth, so let's sink it deeper to 10 feet. 10 feet should do the trick, and I think, honestly, I don't think they'll survive at 10 feet, but we'll go for 5 minutes at 10 feet, see what happens. Back in they go. So here's the 10-foot marker. It's a long way down. So timing it, let's drop it in there. Goodbye. Okay, and that is 10 feet. So let's keep that here. 5 minutes has passed at 10 feet. So pulling these guys out. I don't know if any of them will survive. I think that's kind of too deep already. So we sunk the Galaxy S7 down to like 35 feet before it did not survive. I think these guys are about to reach their limit, 10-15 feet, and that'll be it. Alright, first things first is the Galaxy S7. I don't even see any condensation inside. And actually, I just wanted to address something. Everybody's been saying, well, the water pressure is not the same inside. Guys, there are holes everywhere here. How can the water pressure not be the same inside of here? Just think about it. Anyways, so look at that. This guy has survived as well. Working perfectly. No condensation in any of the cameras. So 10 feet for 5 minutes, these guys did survive and they're still working just fine. That is amazing. So let's go deeper. So let's move it up to 15 feet. In they go once again. So 20-foot mark and right in between 5-foot mark. So that's 15 feet right here. Let's do this. A lot of depth right there. Wow. You can't even see it in the water anymore. I think this is gonna completely kill it. No way will it survive. So that's 15 minutes underwater. Let's pull them out. I know what I'm gonna be pulling out. dead phones because there's no way. No way. It's not just me. It's like everybody that's reviewing iPhones. The iPhone 7, they're saying that it is like so capable underwater beyond what Apple rated it for. So I think Apple was being really conservative when they gave it the IP67 rating. And it's been doing good. Oh my gosh, no way. Look at this. Look at that. So at first appearance, they look like they're working. But let's turn them around. No moisture in the camera lens just yet. That is unbelievable. None on the front either. That's crazy. So the displays are still working. Okay. I'm not going deep enough. Let's go to 20 feet. 20-foot mark right here. Let's go. And they're off. Look at that. That is so much depth here. Okay. So I'm gonna let it settle for a little. And right there, that's 20 feet. I'm hoping this will do the trick 5 minutes later. As you guys can see, look at this depth. If these have survived, I don't even know. I don't believe it. And the moment of truth. No way. This thing has actually survived.